Erickson's theory of psychosocial human development is based on both social and cultural experiences. He concluded that every individual goes through 8 stages of personal development where they will encounter major challenges. If you look on page 107 at the chart, you can see these stages, and they range from birth to late adulthood. We're going to look primarily at the first 4 stages because those are the stages of the children you will encounter in your classrooms. The first stage is from infancy to 1 year, and this is the stage of trust versus mistrust. And if you know about child development, you know this is the stage where babies need caregivers and parents to help them feel secure and positive, and the attachment bonds are formed. It's very important for them to be in an environment where they know that when they cry, someone will come and pick them up. When they're hungry, they'll be fed. When they have a wet diaper, it will be changed. When they're lonely, someone will be there. When they're overstimulated, someone will put them to sleep. We have to, as caregivers, meet their needs during this stage so they begin to trust that people will help them when they need that. Their communication tool is crying, and that is also helping them understand that they have some control in these relationships, even though they can't communicate very well with us. When we move into the next stage with toddlers, we look at ages 1 to 3. And the stage is called autonomy versus doubt, and this is where children are becoming aware of all that they can do as individuals, and they want to practice these skills. If we think about typical toddlers, we hear the terrible 2s, and anyone who has children knows that they continue into the terrible 3s. And we have to balance, as caregivers, how we allow them to explore their environment and take risks and challenge things without always stifling that. And it's hard because they're going to break things. They're going to hurt others. They could hit, they could bite, they could kick. They're going to spill things. And we have to balance teaching them what is right and wrong, but not shaming them and not allowing them to make those decisions on their own. So we have complete autonomy on one side of the coin and then doubting their abilities on the other. And as caregivers to this age of learner, we have to walk down the middle and facilitate their experiences and make sure we're creating a safe environment where they can take risks. The preschool ages 3 to 5 enter the stage of initiative versus guilt. And this is where we look at students becoming powerful and purposeful in their relationships with other children, with toys, with adults, and they have to learn how to basically adapt and show initiative but not be bossy. And so preschoolers are learning, again, a new area of balance where they have to make decisions of when to interact with others, how to interact with others, how to follow the rules of the classroom. And we want them to feel that they have the ability to take those risks, to try new things, to initiate conversations and activities with others without feeling bad about themselves. And as the teacher, we have to be the facilitator. And then we move into the elementary school ages, and this spans anywhere from 6-year-olds to 12-year-olds, before they hit those adolescent years. And this stage is the challenge of industry versus inferiority. And in this stage, the students are learning how to perform in school, become confident with their abilities to complete work, to master challenging tasks, to persevere through problem solving, and to be responsible with and show self-control. Basically, we see as the teacher, it's important for you to give them opportunities to work independently, to work in small groups, to work in whole groups, and learn the balance to work with others and listen to others and make them responsible for their actions. A lot of times in the classrooms, we have consequences for discipline or rewards for positives. But you'll see, depending on what happens at home with their parents, some children are much more responsible and can perform well on their own, where others require a lot more help. You even think about your first graders coming in. Can they tie their shoes? Can they button their coat and zip their coat? Do they know how to pack their book bag? Do they know how to go into the lunchroom and eat their food on their own? We need to set them up through the previous stages that they can take on these new challenging tasks and feel good about themselves, that they'll take risks. If we continue to do things for them through this stage, they don't learn the responsibility. They begin to be reliant on others, or they just stop doing. And we do see children that stop doing homework because they don't want to. We see all kinds of kiddos that go through this stage and maybe don't walk the balance. They're on one side or the other. So again, the teacher is the facilitator to guide them to find that balance.